The seaside Barcelona against West Ham United will take the trip up to the London Stadium. See, I was working on that. Take the trip up to the London Stadium to take on West Ham United. And a 2 p.m. kickoff where, quite frankly, we need 3 points and nothing but will be a short and sweet disaster. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. Before we get into it, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Unofficial. If you're new, check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. I'm joined for the preview tonight by Gary. Gary, how are you?
I'm fine, Jake. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad at all. And also joining us, he's not at the London Stadium now, unlike Thursday night. Phil as well. Phil, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Back in my room with Wi-Fi that works.
How you doing, Phil?
Yeah, I'm good, Gary. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
That's good.
Yeah. You were one of the few that braved going on Thursday night. Phil, how was it?
Yeah, well, it's obviously it's a bit difficult with no trains and everything, and it was hard enough for me. Obviously, now I work in that industry now in the railway, so I'd had to get back to my car. Once the final whistle went, I just ran past everyone, straight to Stratford, straight in the Jubilee line to where I parked in the Millwall area, and then to get back about 5 hours later. So it was fun, but yeah, it was all right. It was. It wasn't a sellout crowd there, but it was still a fair amount, and it was a nice little game to go to. See some new players as well.
Yeah, for sure. So off the back of that, Gary, I mean, we won the first win of the season. Do you think that's just a little bit of confidence that we've got to take into tomorrow?
Yeah, we should use it as that positive. There was some nice. Ben Rama, I thought again was excellent when he came on. So I think that's positive. Nice to see Skamaka score his first, and Bowen's goal was a nice goal. Mickey got his first goal. So there's lots of positives to take out of it.
100%. So let's head into the chat. There's you, Phil. Miss Hammerat, hope you are well. Alfie, hope you well. Cornet, Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio, and then Fornals in instead of Souček. Yeah, I actually put Fornals in over Souček in midfield in my lineup predictor yesterday. I just think that could be the way to go. Do we think Souček should or has warranted another start in the Premier League tomorrow? Phil, I'll come to you.
I think he should get a rest, get someone else to come in, see what they can do alongside Rice. We love Souček, but I think it's time now where it's almost like he's sort of been found out a bit, which is a shame because he's always going to be a fan's favourite. But the moment you start not performing to your best abilities, we will turn on you. We've done that with Noble for the last few years, but towards the end we still loved him. So yeah, it's a case of who you're going to put alongside there. So possibly put Fornals there, or
another option could be Gary is that of course Flynn Downs didn't get his opportunity on Thursday night. He had a little bit of a toe injury. If that's fit, would you be opposed to seeing what Flynn Downs can do? Because let's be honest, he can't be much worse than Souček at the moment.
Well, the only thing about Souček, he's a presence, isn't he? So when he goes in the opposition box, they keep an eye on him because he's so tall. And Downs hasn't got that physicality. Coventry, I thought, was not brilliant on Thursday. I think he lacks physicality as well. And as you say, he left with Fornals and Lanzini. So I think, honestly, he'll stick with Souček. If this tall, bruised midfielder comes through, the guy they're looking at there, I think he'll be the long-term replacement. But at the moment, I think Moyes likes his physicality, the fact that Souček's the presence in the box, I think.
For sure. Let's take some of your comments. Kent says about 20 to 25,000 bums on seats on Thursday. Yeah, there was nowhere near the 30,000 official attendance. That's just how many tickets they sold. Alfie says having Pablo going up and down the wings like Souček did in the first season. Yeah, almost getting box to box and kind of just trying to dictate that play in the midfield could be effective against a side like Brighton. Kent's lineup is Fab, Soufal, Kera, Zuma, Kress, Rice, Thomas, Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio, Skamaka. That will be my lineup. Would we be opposed to pushing the boat out and playing both Antonio and Skamaka at some point together as a front two?
I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. But I
Will
don't
that
think
happen? Probably not.
Yeah, he's too conservative, isn't he? He's too conservative. I think those two together would be frightening. Maybe Antonio just slightly off Skamaka to play off the through balls. I think that would work really well.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it, but will it happen tomorrow? No.
Who knows? Kent says you're right, Gary. I thought Coventry got physically battered off the ball on Thursday. Yeah, I would have preferred to see him alongside Declan Rice in midfield, but he did okay. I thought, he wasn't really bad, but he didn't do anything to really catch my eye. Usual suspect. Hope you well. Miss Hammerett, a bit apprehensive that Moyes might stick to the normal starting 11. Yeah, we need the new faces to be back in there again. Skamaka, Cornet, whoever. They need to be in there. But enough talking about us for a while. Let's talk about the opposition then. Brighton. I mean, we just never beat them, do we? Phil, is it finally our time after God knows how many years that we're going to beat Brighton tomorrow?
I don't know. I think in fact we haven't got a point yet this season, so you never say never. I reckon we might do, but I don't know. Right now, I'd be happy with just getting a point, to be honest with you. But it's been 10 years since we last beat them back in the Championship days.
And 6-0 we beat them, I think, that day, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, Vaz Tay hat trick, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll see who starts tomorrow. As long as some of the new boys are starting, I think it'll be good, because then it'd be a bit more of a refreshed team to when we played them the last couple of times, where it's more or less been the same team.
Yeah. I think they have obviously been weakened in this transfer window. They've lost Basuma, they've lost Kukurea, but we still can't underestimate how good Brighton actually are. They've got a very good manager there. They've still got some good players. You've got players like Trossard, which I think most people would take at West Ham, and they have, Gary, overall got some very decent players there, and we can't underestimate that. And we've got to have a good start, I think.
They are our kryptonite, and as Phil says, we need to be something different tomorrow, because otherwise Potter's a very, very clever manager. He coaches the team very, very well. It's going to be difficult for us, and I think they've got some great players. I mean, Danny Welbeck seems to have returned back to his England form. I thought he was brilliant against Manchester United the first game of the season. I didn't see the Newcastle game, but apparently he was good then as well. They've got Pascal Gross. I like Adam Webster as a centre back. I take it every day of the week. They've got some really good players. So I think it's going to be a really tough game. They're very well coached. They are very disciplined. We're going to play very well, and hopefully have a surprise up our sleeve. That's what we need.
Yeah, to be fair, Phil, I think Gary's bang on. We can't go in how we normally do against a side like Brighton. We need to go out and we need to put them on. We're at home. Let's act like the home team. Let's go and put them on the back foot early on.
That'd be the most important thing to do. There's nothing worse if you're just going to sit back for the first 20 minutes, soaking all that pressure. Only takes one mistake and they're at it. Like Gary said, they've got some good attacking players like Gross and Danny Welbeck, I think he's just signed a new deal with them, I heard. So it's important we get the lineup right, get these new boys starting. So, they won't be used to seeing, obviously they would have seen Cornet last season, but, it's if we can surprise them when we attack, it will help so much. So if we attack first 10, 20 minutes, we look a proper threat, then I think it'd be okay. But as long as we don't get complacent, if that does happen, because it only takes that one mistake and then they'll come back and get a couple of goals. They
are a very effective side with what they've got there, Brighton, and they'll know that we desperately need points, because after this we've got Villa, and I think we then go Chelsea and Spurs. So we desperately need points now. We need something on the board tomorrow. We do need something to shout about. Let's take some more of your comments then. Alfie says he will take a draw. Frem, I hope you're well. Kent's going for a 2-2, the same as last year. Let's scroll down. Jay says, I think tomorrow will be a draw. It's quite possible. Terry, hope you are. Irish Tommy, I hope you are well. Fo Anton sent me. Thank you very much. Nice to see you, mate. Kent says if Brighton lose a player, there's always a player ready to step up. It's a brilliantly run club. The model is fantastic. Yeah, it does seem from top to bottom that they are a very well-oiled and very well-run club. most people would have thought after losing big players like Basuma and Cucurella that they kind of fold up, but they've started the season relatively well, and I think that will continue. They make very smart signings as well, Gary.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they buy Cucurella for 15 million last year, selling for 63. Long term, it's proven difficult to continue. When you look at Southampton, they did it for a few years very successfully, and then it fell to pieces. So it puts a lot of pressure on the recruitment team, but so far they're doing very, very well. As Ken quite rightly said, they're very well run club. So it's going to be a difficult game. But what I want us to see us do, Jake, really, is move the ball quickly. I thought we were too ponderous on Thursday. We were just too slow. We just need to move. Show a bit of pace. Let's get the ball moving quickly. Let's just attack them.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great point, because I think that's been our main criticism throughout the first 3 games of our season. Is we just seem to be very, very void of pace, and just it's all very done in slow motion. It feels so. We need, as I said earlier, to get the intensity up early on, put them on the back foot. You know.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing more frustrating when it's just like stop, start, stop, start. Yeah. There's plenty of times where we got a chance to make a great attack, even when we play the ball forward, and whoever picks the ball, they just stop, stand around, look around, hoping for someone. It's like that's just demotivating, really. So it's really important. Everyone just move, get forward, be creative, and then if you can do it direct, but in a good, stylish way, it's a lot better. Otherwise, it's just sideways and backwards, and just hoping that someone makes a move. And before you know it, you lose the ball.
Too often our first pass is backwards. We always look backwards too often.
We need to be positive, and we need to get players, if they're playing like Cornet on the ball and Ben Rama, let's let these creative players, and tell them, if you get the ball, use your pace and run. Have no fear. If you lose the ball, you lose the ball. And we know David Moyes is going to be frustrated if that happens. But Ben Rama's starting to open the side up, Gary, and we've seen it early on in the season, that he's getting the ball and he's not having any fear. You know, the way he created that goal for Antonio on Thursday night. He got the ball and he ran, and then he pulled it back very well, and then Antonio slotted in. We need to see more of that from more players.
Exactly. I mean, I thought he was brilliant. And again, it reminded me of the performance he did in Belgium last season. He did exactly the same thing. He attacked them. He was really good. I mean, I would prefer to see him in the centre, really, rather than on the wing, because he can go both ways. And it'd be nice to see him sit behind that attacking number 10 position. And as you said, Jay, quite rightly, if he loses the ball, he loses the ball. But let's just give him the confidence, because sometimes he's going to get through, because he likes to go forward, and that's what we need. Someone a bit different.
For sure.
And we need to shoot a bit more from outside of the box. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and not try and score the perfect goal, you know. And let's be clinical in what we do. WHU58, hello, hope you are well. Evening, guys. Howdy, Hammers. Anton, hope you are well. Trossard is Brighton's danger man, 100%. I'm quite a good fan of his, Phil, when he can cause us problems. Leonardo Trossard.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good player for them. You know, if they give him a service, he can run right against us. So we've got to make sure we're marking him up properly. But like I said, it's him and the other attacking players that we've mentioned already. They can all cause a threat, which is that's the alarming thing, because you know, we've got our players who can all cause threats, but they're not always the most consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, hopefully now we're going to see lift off for players like Bowen with a superb goal on Thursday night. Hopefully now, you know, after a couple of poor games at the start of the season, Gary, we can start to get Bowen firing again, getting goals, getting assists, and, you know, hopefully he's going to get back to his great ways of how he was playing last year.
As you said, Jake, it's a world-class goal, that finish, a superb finish. I like the fact he looked really annoyed to be substituted, because obviously he's very keen to get between his teeth. He wants to get some more minutes and some more goals, and that's good. It shows he's hungry and he still wants to improve. So I think Bowen's a big player tomorrow. Scamacca looks good. I hope we don't isolate him. I don't end up with like a Haller and leave him too much on his own, because it's too much to do leaving it on there. He needs support close to him, because he's going to win a lot in the air and flick it on. And he seems to have quite a nice touch as well. So that's it. I'd like to see him start tomorrow. Whether he will or not, I'm not sure, but it'd be nice to see him start. we'll see.
Fingers crossed. We need to see this, new faces, new kind of creativity. Because Thunder and Joyce is here. Skamaka and Cornet won't start tomorrow. Hopefully they do, because they did play on Thursday. I get that, but we need that bit of freshness in there, because otherwise we are going to be playing predictable, and this is not good, because we're not going to win games playing the way we did last year, because we're going to get found out. They're going to pack the midfield. They're going to isolate players like Antonio, Fornals, or a Lanzini. We'll kind of drift out of the game, and then we just can't really create anything. We need an early goal tomorrow, 100%. We need to get on the front foot and just really shove it back and say, Brighton, what have you got? Let's scroll down. Irish Tommy says Moyes will be as predictable as ever. Kehra might start, but other than that, Brighton will be up against the same players and formation as last season. We'll talk about Kehra in a minute. Let's just get through somebody's comments. Ken says Villa currently in awful form. 3 wins in the last 15. Wow, is it really 3 wins in the last 15? I mean, Gerrard is on the ropes. Coutinho's not firing. We should be expected, if we can get a bit of form going, to beat them next week. But away from home, it's never easy. So we need to get points. We need to get points on the board. Gary, hope you are well. Terry, hope you're well. We have drawn six of the last 7 games against Brighton. I will sit on the fence with a 1-1 Bowen to score. Let's scroll down. Jay says Cornet is going to be a very good signing. He looked sharp when he last played, and this is why, Phil, I think we need to keep starting him, because we need to see really what he's got at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, you know what he's like. He's a creative player. We saw that last season in a very, very poor Burnley side. Even though he didn't play every game, he had a couple of injuries, but he scored goals, created a lot of chances, and it was good to see him playing on Thursday. As good as he was, I felt like there could have been a lot more to him in it. But it just shows, the quality that he's got. So we give him the ball, we give him that creative freedom down the left-hand side. He can be a top player for us. Yeah. And just by looking at him on social media and when he's doing his interviews on the West Ham channel, he looks very enthusiastic, quite a bubbly character. So, if he just puts in some really good performances, he'll be a fan favourite for years.
Yeah, and I think, Gary, it's key that we now can get out that best game of people like Cornet and Skamaka. There's a starting point there where it's good, goals and assists and whatever, but we need lift off, and we need it early from our new signings.
Yeah, and Cornet gives us pace as well. I mean, Fornals, bless him, is a good player, but he hasn't got the pace necessarily, and Cornet has got that. So I'd love to see him start tomorrow. I think he might start Cornet tomorrow. I hope so.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. John, thank you very much indeed. You can vote for me in the Football Content Awards by clicking the link in the description down below. First link, and if you don't want to do that, after this, you can go and find my video I put on earlier explaining how to vote. We got a Brighton fan in. David, hope you are well. Talk to me, Brighton. How are things going, and how do you see this game from your perspective? Let's scroll down. Kent says, I agree. Gary, Benny, a number 10, a free spirit. Yeah, he's really got to just let him go, because that confidence is slowly building up. He's a confidence player, and it just needs to continue going, in my opinion, and he needs to continue to get game time. Otherwise, I don't think there's really much point. Is there? Luke, hope you well. Pleasure meeting you earlier on. I hope you had a safe trip back to Hampshire. Let's scroll down. Yeah, all right, Luke, calm down. John says, can we start the Premier League again? I think it's broken. Spuds top and Liverpool 15th, and us and Manure in the bottom 3. We need to turn it off and on again. It's obviously acting up. Yeah.
Well, at least we're still above United.
Yeah, exactly. At least we're not bottom. We've lost 2 games and we're not bottom. David says, I'm confident, but that's what makes football exciting. You never know. Indeed. Let's have a look here. Rich says, not confident at all for tomorrow. Still major issues in the side. There is, people like Creswell are still there. There are quite a few stale players there, which we know are going to start. Souček will probably start, Gary. But do you have confidence going into the game tomorrow that we will pick up points?
I do, yeah. I mean, I always have confidence before the game. I mean, I'm getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning to travel up to the ground, so I have confidence all the way up there. Declan's going to be fit, which makes a big difference. We realise how big a player he is on Thursday night. You know, he drives us forward, so that'd be nice to have him back. Have Cresswell back as well. Be interesting to see what he does with Soufal. Whether he puts Glenn Johnson on the right or leaves him there and puts Johnson on the bench, because I think Kehrer will start. So it's got an interesting for. He might even play back five. Surprises all. 5-5-3-2.
Let's talk about that then, Phil. So we've got Kehrer there. Would you expect him to start tomorrow straight off the bat?
I hope so. I think it'd be important to actually have two actual centre backs playing rather than having Ben Johnson there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not his natural position there, and I don't know if he wants to mould him into a centre back, it's going to take time. So it's important. We paid money for Kehrer. So if he was fit enough to be on the bench for Thursday and then come on, he's going to be fit enough to start the game. So we get him alongside Zuma. We can see what sort of partnership they can have. So that'll be that's going to be a first team partnership for them there.
Yeah.
So best get them starting together, and then we can actually see two centre backs doing their jobs properly, and then. But what I saw from him when he come on, he looked all right. And, I think he'll start and then just put whoever at right back in their natural position.
Yeah, for sure. And would you expect after, Soufal, he hasn't been fantastic. Do you think Johnson goes and dislodges him straight away in that right back position, Gary?
Personally, I like Ben, so I would put him in. I think you hit it right, Jake. I don't think Soufal's been anywhere near the player he was in his first season for a little while now. I'm not quite sure why, but even last week at Forest, I was disappointed in his crossing. He gets himself in good positions, and then just, in his first season, he's whipping over, creating lots of chances. Now we see a bit more ponderous, and he's lost something. I don't know what it is. So I would personally play Ben as a right back myself.
Fair enough. Let's take some more of your comments. Sign a centre back, play the centre back. Yeah. Hopefully we do see him tomorrow. Liked Kehrer's pass to Ben. It was very good vision, and the one thing that's come out of it really is, we've heard the stats. Was it he's in the best 1% of defenders for passing or something or something silly like that. So he's gonna pass the ball well. So if we can get him linking up with the wings and linking up with Declan Rice, with Bowen, it's Cornet, Ben Rama, Rice. I think he's just a player we need to start off attacks really, really well. In my opinion, hopefully we can see him fully in the Premier League tomorrow. Rich says will be the same side as last week, guarantee it. Moyes too predictable. Hopefully we can see Cornet Scamacca, the new centre back, but I can't see much else changing. I agree. Where else are we? Simon, hope you are well. Good evening, or am I late? That late that it's Sunday. Not quite. You're only 20 minutes late. Not too bad today, Simon. Not too bad. John says so. It's Cornet and Scamacca, one partnership. Benny and Mickey the other. Fornals free to roam, and Bowen flying in from the right. Would you agree with that? Any changes?
Seems all right to me, that.
Yeah, the Cornet and Scamacca link up, I think, will work.
Yeah, that was a good assist from Cornet to Scamacca the other day as well. So
it was, yeah.
I think, that'd be a good little attacking partnership. And then, we know what Bowen can do on the right anyway. So Ben Rama, hopefully get him to play that free role in the middle, and then you have Antonio as the backup one who comes on as the impact sub.
Yeah, for sure. Gemma, what's score prediction for tomorrow? We'll get onto score predictions very soon. Valid late reason. Once again, I was cutting the grass. Yeah, you say that every week. It's not growing very much at the moment, Simon, so you can't use that every week. You have to think of more material. Luke says football isn't as difficult as we make it, in my opinion. We need something from this game. We certainly do. GP says the fact that we have so many options is really nice, whereas last season we needed more defenders. Even midfield will be so strong if we get Vanek and the Belgian guy. Yeah, if we can get him in, all of a sudden we are developing different options for different games, which is a positive. One thing we haven't discussed is Cresswell versus Lamptey. Oh my god.
Oh,
Give me strength.
poor Cresswell.
That could be a very key battle, Gary.
Yeah, but I believe Kera's quite quick, so hopefully
Yeah,
he'll
he could
help
help him out.
You would think, as a professional football team, they've worked out that Lamptey's quite quick and Cresswell isn't, and that maybe Kera could cover that, because I think Cress gives us something from set pieces in the team. So I keep him in, but we need to cover his obvious deficiencies, which is pace.
Yeah, for sure. Gary says, have we really made our squad stronger than last year? I think we have, because we did let go of a hell of a lot of fringe players. We've brought in a new striker. We've got Cornet. We have signed 6 players, which most people would have bitten your hand off at the start of this transfer window, knowing what we're like. So I think we have got stronger, but that's not to say that I don't think we need to strengthen more. We still need another midfielder. We still need another left back, and probably a couple of others in different positions just to really round it off. But I do think we have improved the squad from last year. Irish Tommy's 11 would be Fabianski, Soufal, Zuma, Kera, Cresswell, Rice, Souček, Bowen, Lanzini, Benrahma, and Antonio. So no Corley, no Skamaka. Interesting stuff. Before we move on to predictions, let's give one key player from Brighton. Then, who do you think is going to cause us the most problems tomorrow? Phil.
Honestly, probably Danny Welbeck, because I think he's just one of those players, isn't he? And he's been rewarded for his services at Brighton. Got a new contract. He's been doing pretty well there. So I reckon he'll probably be giving us a few issues when he's attacking and in front of goal. So the important thing is keep him quiet. Obviously everyone else as well, but he's the player that I think is their key one.
Yeah, Gary, your key player for Brighton.
I'd agree with Phil. I mean, you don't score 16 goals for England and play for Man United and Arsenal without being a good player, and he is a very good player. So I think now he's fit, we've really got to watch him. He'll be a handful. Gross has started well. He scored 2 at United. Not many people could do that. So I think that's going to be interesting. And then I just like the whole fluidity of the team. They knock it around and keep the ball well. So they're a team of unsung heroes. They are a proper team, if you like. They don't seem to work about that. It's like us losing Rice and Bowen. We go into meltdown, but Brighton have lost their players and carry on. So it's very admirable how they go about things.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's take some more of your comments. The ghost of Glenn Murray. Yeah, Danny Welbeck. I thought the exact same thing. John says Jay Ling's robbed his wages again. I bet he did. John says, the biggest problem is that keeper, Robert Sanchez. David says, I think Mitoma will get another bit of time on the pitch. Very exciting player. Cacado is immense. Apology for pronunciation, but there are a few unknown players that they've brought in this transfer window that we will have to keep an eye on. Any comment on that?
Yeah, I think we always latch on to the ones that we've heard of, but obviously where we don't watch Brighton week in, week out, so we know their key players, but there's always the unsung heroes who always put in a good shift unnoticed and always become like like league's underrated players.
Yeah.
So just make sure we just watch out for all of them, because like we said, they're a well-oiled machine. They are great footballing team.
Yeah, for sure.
Man United a bid for Casido, I think, and Mitoma. I did do a podcast in the week, and they said he only came on for 15 minutes. We looked immense. So let's see.
One to watch for sure. Right, then it's time to move on to predictions. Everybody watching, get your prediction into the chat and hit the like button as well, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Gary, before I let you go, mate, your prediction.
I foresee us going back in time to April 2012, and it's going to be West Ham 6, Brighton 0.
Woo! Vaz Tay's just come back to score a hat-trick as well.
Yeah. Vaz Tay, just wheel him back. Where is he? Come on, Vaz Tay. Come on, come. Is that your prediction, Gary? Are we leaving it there?
No, I mean, I'd like that to happen, but I think my heart says 2-2, but I'll go for a 2-1 win.
Love it. And goal scorers, Gary?
Skamaka and a surprise thunderbolt from Declan.
Oh, Declan Rice. Lovely. Gary, thank you very much for coming on. I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, mate. Take it easy.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Gary.
Gary.
Thanks very much. Right, we'll just round this up. Before I get to your prediction, I'm gonna just take some of your guys' predictions and let's go into it then. So 2-1, 6-0 like 2013. 2-1, my partner says 2-2, 3-1, 6-0, 2012, 1-1. 8-0. Good stuff, Luke. Good stuff. 3-1. The season starts tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Gary says, play the new players and we win. Play the old squad. We lose 2-1. Either way. And Lawrence is in as well. 2-1 Hammers. Hope you are well, Lawrence. Phil, your prediction now.
A lot of optimistic people in the chat there.
Yeah.
I'd love to see us win, but this is Brighton. So... it's going to have to be a 1-1 draw, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
It's the reality of it. But at 1 point is better than no points.
Yeah. Who's gonna score the goal for West Ham?
Who's going to score? Bowen.
I like it. Are we going for a goal like Thursday or just like an okay goal?
No, I think it'd be on the counter attack. He'll cut round someone, tuck it in, close corner, and then goal of the month contender.
There we go. Phil with predicting the future of what's going to happen tomorrow at London Stadium. Ira Tommy says Potter has Moyes' number 2-1 Brighton. That would be a disaster. GP saying I'm saying a Scamacca hat trick. Cyber's going 10-0, very optimistic. 2-2 says Jay, the repeat of last year at London Stadium. 5-2 if Ariola starts. Phil, we've got to win. This jinx can't last forever. It certainly
Absolutely
can't.
right.
I pronounced the Brighton curse lifted, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Just like
that. My prediction I am going for is I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be great. But I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. And I'm saying Gianluca Scamacca to start and Gianluca Scamacca to score with a header in the second half. I think it's going to be a bit backs against the walls towards the end, but we're going to get those viable 3 points. Head into the Europa Conference League game against Viborg on Thursday and then over to Villa on Sunday. So there we go. I get your final comments in. Let's take your final comments. Benny and Bowen goals, says Lawrence. Very good. Lawrence says about time a West Ham player scored a hat trick. Yeah, why not? Why not? But the final thoughts go over to you then, Phil.
Well, you said it really. Brighton, our bogey team, and have been for many years now. Even though I've said it's going to be 1-1, let's hope I'm wrong, and let's hope that curse is finally lifted. Let's kickstart our season properly now. We've got a little bit of a confidence boost on Thursday against Viborg. We get a win here. Not only kickstarts our Premier League season, but it gives us a bit more confidence going into Thursday to finish the job off, putting us in the group stages. And let's just hope this is the start of a good season for us. Because remember, 2 seasons ago, we lost our first 2 games, and look where we ended up.
Yeah, for sure. Let's take your final comments there. GP, cheers for the stream. Nice to see someone not bolding. Anton's not bolding, is he? That's a bit harsh. Flipping hell. It's ordered, Luke. Don't worry, it's coming. That's a joke. John says, on Viborg, has anyone spoken to Winston Reid? He played in Denmark against them.
Many years ago, yeah.
Many years ago. Very, very good. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you are new. Phil, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers, Jake. Pleasure as always.
Let's hope tomorrow we can lift that Brighton curse and we can pick up our first 3 points of the season. We'll be back tomorrow. Members will be able to get the match day NASA tomorrow at some point. There'll be the pre-match build-up show and instant match reaction, unofficial review after the game. So plenty to get your teeth into tomorrow, along with the game and all the other stuff. But that's it. You can actually go over tonight on West Ham Random. There's going to be a final Peach and Frankel show. Yeah. So please, if you can, head over 9:30 tonight on West Ham Random as we celebrate Peach's life one last time on the final edition of the Peach and Frankel Show, of course, run by the one, the only Adam Frankel. So catch that later on, but that's it from us. Thank you very much. Only one thing left to say, Phil.
Come on, you Irons.
We'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys, and bye-bye.